Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Hi, welcome to Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell. If there's one thing that's guaranteed in life, it's death, taxes, and Sony releasing another Spider-Man movie. And with this being Tom Holland's fourth solo outing as Spider-Man, that rumored 9-movie plan, it might actually happen. I'll be almost 40 by the time that comes to fruition, but you know what? I'll be here for it. Going into this movie, I was so excited for it, but damn, that first trailer had me nervous. Spider-Man dealing with the consequences of No Way Home, The Punisher, Hulk, Spider Puberty, villains everywhere. This was giving me serious Amazing Spider-Man 2 flashbacks. And after No Way Home, I just wanted the series to kind of like scale things down. No multiverses, no mentors for Peter Parker. Brand New Day's goal should be just to have it be a solo Spider-Man adventure. Keep his conflict on a street level, and finally allow this guy to forge his own path. There's a lot of things I want to say about the film, but we do ultimately get that. I've liked Tom Holland's Spider-Man from the very beginning when he was in Captain America Civil War. This is the first time that I feel like he actually feels like Spider-Man. But like that lone spiderweb in the corner of your bedroom, this movie, it just touches way too many things. But unlike TASM 2, what keeps this movie together, all these threads, they come back to Peter's struggle between the responsibilities of being Spider-Man and his personal life. Like, this is what I've wanted to see in a Spider-Man movie for a long time with Tom Holland. And I like what Jon Watts has done, but I'm glad we're getting a new director. Daniel Destin Crane, the director of Shang, that movie's action was fantastic. And he brings those sensibilities over here. The fight choreography is amazing. The fight scenes are creative, the action is cool. A lot of it looks pretty practical. And there's like a lot of this kinetic energy that I haven't felt in a Marvel movie in a long time. It's almost as if like Marvel heard the recent complaints that the internet has had about the recent movies, and they decided to let the director just kind of do a bit more of what he wants, make a real movie. There's just a lot more creativity in this film than the last 3 Spider-Man movies. And I like the last 3 Spider-Man movies. And it wasn't just like the fight choreography either. What they do with like the camera lens, the editing, the lighting, especially for like Peter's weird transformation, it all felt purposeful to me. Like some of those scenes, it felt like an homage to Spider-Man 2, but then other scenes felt like an homage to David Cronenberg's The Fly. They definitely flirt with that idea. And as a Spider-Man fan, there was a lot I was really geeking out about, especially every scene with Spider-Man and the Punisher. Like, that was like a match made in heaven. I think in the movie, it goes on maybe a little too long. This movie being stuffed to the brim, they make it just work enough to where the movie is incredible, and I really dug it. Whenever we get to the Hulk fight, by the time this fight happens, like the story, it felt complete to me. Granted, there would have been some things missing with our villain, but for the most part, it felt like a complete story. You could have maybe ended it there and leave like some clues for the next film involving her if you wanted to. But knowing the twist that everybody saw with this movie before it even came out, I knew that more was to come. Here's a slight spoiler warning for the 3 of you that didn't know this twist. More mutants! Jean Grey is the villain, kinda. The X-Men are coming. So that's another thing to add to the list. You know, I actually really liked Sadie Sink's performance. Her and Tom Holland's dynamic with these 2 characters, it was a lot of fun to watch. There was like a lot of great tension between like the protagonist and the antagonist. Like, this is the stuff I want to see in a Spider-Man movie. Maybe it's just me because I do really love the X-Men. I kind of wish that they sort of gradually introduced these guys over a couple movies before we got something like this. But with that said, I guess I'd rather them introduce this now and then kind of gradually lay the groundwork for the Mutant saga, rather than kind of deciding where to go, but not really, and then just replacing it with Doctor Doom. I guess that's been sort of my tiny issue with this film and the last film. And I think you could probably feel this to an extent with all the Sony Marvel films. There's this creative tug-of-war. Marvel, they want to do more grounded street-level stories. Sony, they want the big bucks, naturally, so they want these big spectacle Spider-Man films. We almost got Toby and Andrew back with this movie before everybody came to their senses. And so there's this constant creative struggle, and they kind of come to a compromise that pretty much is just both. It's worked out lately, but it comes at the cost of a lot of these films lately feeling overstuffed. Maybe this is just a personal me thing. Maybe I would like another Spider-Man film down the line to be a lot more simple, kind of like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. I don't think we're ever going to get back to that day, but I definitely like where things are going, and I definitely think that this is the right direction for this iteration of Spider-Man and the MCU finally getting us to the mutants. I am very excited for the future. I would give this thing probably a mid to high 8 out of 10. Like, this was so much fun. So what'd you think of Spider-Man Brand New Day? Comment below and let me know. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Any help you can give my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're already subscribed to me, thank you so very much. My next subscriber goal with this channel is to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're able to help me reach that goal, please consider hitting that little button below. Well, that's all the time we have for today here on Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell, and if you excuse me, I gotta add to the stash.